The FA Cup belongs to Crystal Palace. A game that will be remembered for a long, long time for so many reasons. A game that could easily have ended in a massive City victory has ended in a really depressing and deflating 1-0 defeat. Eberechi Eze with the goal in the 16th minute, and the Blues tried again, but could not find an equaliser. And Dean Henderson, who saved an Omar Marmoush penalty, could easily have been sent off for handling the ball outside the box before he made the save. VAR looked at it, said, yeah, he did handle it outside the box, but he didn't deny a goal-scoring opportunity. And sometimes you have to say that when your name is on the trophy, there's nothing you can do as an opponent. The final score, it is Crystal Palace 1, City 0. The Blues are beaten. To go down to pitch side, but we will in a few moments. And well, unfortunately, I'm afraid I'm describing jubilant scenes among the Crystal Palace players and supporters. They can scarcely believe that they've won today, but Eze's goal in the 16th minute has seen them over the line. The Blues battered on the Palace door. They had chance after chance. Henderson made save after save, and even when Marmoush had a penalty, Henderson was there to deny them. No doubt about it, a huge talking point. Henderson came out to get there in front of Haaland, handled the ball outside the box, pushed it away from Haaland. VAR looked at it for 2 minutes, but incredibly decided that although, yes, he did handle it outside the area, it was not denying the goal-scoring opportunity. And so as a consequence, Henderson stayed on the pitch. Palace had 11 players, and as it's turned out, he's ended up being the hero. But let's go down to pitch side and get the reflections from there.
Full time here at Wembley. Not the result any City fans will have wanted to see. It's finished Manchester City 0, Crystal Palace 1. Andy, what are your thoughts on the game? It just wasn't meant to be today.
No, it felt that way, didn't it? You know, the goal was on the turnover of possession when we dominated, and we continue to dominate. It was the pattern that we knew how the game would go. We would dominate, they would counter, materialise. They got their goal from their counter-attack, what they do, and our dominance didn't bring a goal, and that sums it up.
Michael, you said at half-time, trying to find a little sparkle, just something a bit extra. He tried, but what do you think was it? Palace's defending, or we just didn't quite have the quality?
I think you've got to say a bit of both, unfortunately, because we tried, we probed, we made changes, the setup was different. I think there's a bit of message, there's a bit of quality in that final third at the right times when you have so much control. Unfortunately, we couldn't find that today. You know, normally we do. Even expectations at the end of the game, you felt like we will go on and score, like we've seen so many times. But today it just wasn't meant to be. It's one of those things. I talked about at the start, didn't we, about cup finals do to you. It gives the team a great lift, a life, and when they've got that goal to take the lead, there's something to fight for, and all you're doing is looking up at that clock going, come on, it's ticking, keep going, get together. The fans were right behind those Palace players, and they managed to keep it out. That's all they've done a job on us, and unfortunately for all of the territory we had, we couldn't find that breakthrough.
Andy, we can't say no, we didn't have our chance in particular. penalty in the first half as well. That hits the back of the net, would have been a different story.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to say that now. There was patterns in the way the game went, Kel, that you just, as Brownie said, we're looking for a spark. We're looking for a bit of brilliance. In the first 2 minutes, there was a ball from De Bruyne where he felt it across the goal, and Haaland, it looked like we were crying out for that whole game. But they shut off the players, and they allowed the players they wanted to have the ball and have that extra touch. And Palace did that really, really well. Yeah. So give them great credit for how they managed to work out to stop City, and also stopping City opening up the door.
Andy, we can talk over it as well. I know we have to be careful with this. There should have been a decision made, which changes the game for the domination that we had at the right time, and that would have affected so much. So we didn't get that, and that has changed it. We have to look and make our officials better. We have to look in the mirror as well. Could we have done better? Of course we could. I think this team, and the honesty that they have, will say, we have to perform better. We have to make sure we get a result. But this team's been incredible for years. It still will be. We've got a game on Tuesday night. We've got to try and cement that Champions League position, and that's what the focus will be very, very quickly.
We just see him walking behind us over there. Kevin De Bruyne is actually going along to, I think, his son. It was not the final game at Wembley we wanted it to be for him, but he was telling the fans to smile, and we can smile at the 10 years he's had in the City shirt.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was the gesture he was making with his hand. He's hugging his boys there now, and and it's a fantastic career. It's ended not the way we wanted it at Wembley, but he's played 100 minutes, and again, just his presence on the pitch was a pleasure to see.
And I think this is important to remember, Michael. It's not the result we wanted today. Obviously, his fans were gutted. But like Kev's saying there, smile at what has been, and as you said, what this team has done consistently year after year.
He was telling his own children, wasn't he? Don't be upset. Smile. We can't win everything. Look at what he has won. And he's still, that's why he's a special person, a lovely guy. And he's gone, his first thought is his family. The team is so important. Go to the family, make sure to tell them that he's all right. It's a sad day, isn't it, that it's not ended for Kevin De Bruyne and the team. You can see the disappointment of all the faces right behind us. They're all coming over to see their families and realise that it isn't meant to be. They wanted to celebrate, show the family, the supporters, how good another day is at Wembley. And there's the other contrast, isn't it? Just across the way. And those are fine lines. And to lose here, that's 2 in a row, is very, very good.
But over the years, Kel, this has always been the last game of the season in my generation. We now have to go, and we've got 2 huge games to play. We'll move on from this very quickly, recover over the next 24, 36 hours, be ready to go again on Monday for what are 2 huge, significant games for this football club. And the players now owe that to themselves and the club now. We've got to go and make sure we cement Tuesday night. I feel Tuesday night victory will get us in. They know what they've got to do with 4 points. They know what's expected of them going forward. They showed me enough today, enough heart. We lacked guile, we lacked a bit of inventiveness, but the heart was out there on the pitch today.
Michael, how do they bounce back for Tuesday night? I mean, it's an obvious question, but it's tough to lose a final. How quickly to turn your attention to Bournemouth?
No, you've just got to watch. You'll look and see another team lift the trophy. If that doesn't put fire in your belly.
Great point.
Straight away they go, we're not having this on our watch. That's what these players do. The manager, he'll be hurting. But what happens, what's really nice, I know we want this game as the last one, but we've got a chance to put it right and finish in a Champions League position. And that's a tough game. We can't worry about this too much. Recover, get in there, get a positive, and get ourselves set for a really tough week of football. And that's what's important now. We've got to do what's next and make sure we qualify into that Champions League.
One little bright spark as well. I thought we saw the young Claudio Echeverri come on, a young Argentinian. We arrived in January, quite exciting, and you could see the trust that Pep had in to put him on with 20 minutes to go.
To try and open up. He was looking for somebody to be inventive in the final third, them little pockets of space, and he got some great shots off. Henderson's put a good save off. He's been a couple of little tackles there to just to show that he's not out there just to play a part. He got booked and all that's fire in his belly, and that was a positive from it. But on the day, it just wasn't meant to be. And City have experienced over this last decade under De Bruyne some incredible games. Today is Crystal Palace game, and congratulations to them, because they'll lift the trophy in a minute, and it's the first time they've ever done that. So well done, Palace.
It is very, very special day for Palace indeed. And probably a quick word on them. We talked about the game plan they'd go with. and they executed it very, very well. And you've got to give credit to the players and the manager, Michael.
They found something in that cup final, and they managed to get that breakaway, get the goal, and then fight like crazy to try and stay in it. So, you know, we've seen, and we've been in that position. Appreciate it and accept. You know, wish them well.
Yeah.
You know, on that journey, we've been very lucky, haven't we? For such a long period. I think that'd be the message to all these supporters. Look at the times we have had.
Yeah.
And we'll have again. That's the point.
And also, to put it in perspective, to even just be at Wembley, Andy, as a City fan, that's the thing. I think we've got caught up in always having that expectation. But to even just be here and be in another final, that's an achievement in itself.
Well, it is, but, you know, we're hurting because we're serial winners now. As fans, you know, as people attached to the club, you know, and the players.
Yeah.
You know, so it's hurting now, but it's another final. It's another great achievement by the club to get to this. But as Michael's already said, you know, the most important thing now is to bring ourselves down, regroup, and make sure we end this season on a massive high by getting European football.
Yeah. Just a quick word for that man behind us there, Bernardo Silva, ever present this season and doesn't stop, does he, Michael?
Yeah, magnificent. He was again just coming to see his family. Then they had to tell him quickly he's got to whiz up and go and get that, you know, the medal.
Yeah,
it's still a medal. You know, I think let's look at that as a runner-up in the FA Cup. It's still a medal. It's still something. I know they want the best prize, the gold, but you know it doesn't always happen. So yeah, he's infectious, great character.
Looking ahead to Bournemouth, then we've talked about, obviously, Mark, you said there's no greater incentive than to come back and bounce to winning ways, but it's not going to be easy that on Tuesday night.
No, it's not, and you know Bournemouth will go into the game knowing that they're still fighting, you know, for every point this season, and they want to upset the party because that's what the Premier League's about, and there are no easy games. No. You know, I'm setting the bottom three aside. I think everybody else is really competitive on their day. You've got to be at your best. We're going to have to be at our best. Looking at the bench who's come off the bench, we are able to freshen it up. Yeah. We are able to come up with different ideas, you know, for the problems that Bournemouth are going to cause. But Bournemouth are similar in the way they play, the way that Palace play. So, you know, how many training sessions will we get in, Michael? What will they get in? 2 training sessions, maybe?
If that,
a couple of hours.
Recovery,
maximum. To walk through.
Maximum, because of what that's took out here. Recovery session, we know that job. Just see what we're up against and away you go.
Come again Tuesday. Well, listen, Manchester City fans, we can see our manager Pep and the boys get their medal. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Michael. Thank you to Andy, to everyone who's been involved in the show. Not the result any of us wanted, but it is another final, and there's still 2 games to go. MatchDay Live will be with you till the end of the season. An incredible FA Cup run once again. 2 finals in a row. Unbelievable achievement. Bournemouth on Tuesday night up next. I'll be there with you alongside Sean Gota and Paul Dickoff, and we'll give that man the send-off he deserves, King Kevin De Bruyne. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Good night.
Yeah, serious, bro. It was wild, like, you won't believe it. I can't believe it.
Welcome, one and all, yay! We've got a real variety show for you tonight, homegrown talent, and they're from the local club just down the road. Ooh. They'll be showing some brand new tricks. How about that, eh? Here I go again, thinking with my heart. The one and only, Bill Foden! Woo! Is that the best you can do? Now this I have to say. Blimey. A magician on and off the pitch.
Could do anything, that one.
Erling Haaland singing, ladies and gentlemen, yes! Oh. So it's not his fault. It's our equipment. Go on, have you done this then?
Edison was like juggling bottles and the whole team was there, like legends as well, like past legends.
You cut some rubbish. What is 365 times
101,470?
He's only right, ladies and gentlemen. Martin Diaz. Here it is, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's the shirt raffle, signed by the boss himself.
47.
But honestly,
What a sash. And our home kit. Talk to you about making up this stuff.
but every time I see you,
Pass me that. I'm having it. There's no way.
I don't
Give me that now.